Hi, this is Ryan Holk with Rad Ideas, and I just want to let you know how excited I am that you're going to be a part of Wednesday's webinar. I got to teach this information recently to a group of about 70 church leaders, and they were super ecstatic about how practical it was to the things that they need to accomplish each and every day in their church settings. So I thought I'd give you a little sneak peek of some of what we're going to cover. This is just a tiny piece of it, but just to let you know how practical it really is going to be. So I'd like to start with a graphic concept called the rule of thirds. It actually comes from photography, and I'd like to talk you through it a little bit. So let me jump into my presentation software and I'll show it to you. As I mentioned, this concept originally comes from photography, and it's a way that a photographer helps you as the viewer know what element they want you to focus on in the design. And so I'm going to show you how we would apply it in the context of sermon slides or something you've projected on the wall. But the same principle can be applied to your print projects, to your social media projects, anything that you're visually presenting information to your congregation or your people with. And here's exactly how it works, is you're going to imagine that you have broken up your screen into thirds horizontally and vertically. Now when you do that, you end up with 4 places where the invisible lines cross, and these intersections are called the focal points of your slide. And what you want to do is put the weight of your visual element into one of the thirds and have the most important thing that you want to have read or seen be at the intersection point. And the reason we do this is because it helps to visually balance our slide and to subconsciously tell the viewer what we want them to focus on. So let me show you how this would work actually in a practical setting. I've got a slide here that's for a mother-daughter dessert, and notice that I've put the image on the right 2/3, but at the cross point of the information that I want people to read is that mother-daughter dessert. So I've put that at the intersection point of where one of those would be. And another example is here for a baptism class. I want to support visually the idea of baptism in water, but I don't want it to be overwhelming. So I've put the image on the bottom third, but across the top I've put that text, and what I'm focusing on, because I've actually made it wide enough that it's crossing 2 of those third intersections, allows people to know this is important. It's about baptism class. So their immediate focus and attention goes to that area. And in this last one, I have a supporting image that has a little more background. It's not cut out from the background. There's not as much white space, but yet it's still supporting what I'm talking about. So I've slid it over to the farthest left third so that the person actually in the image appears that he's looking at the text that I'm calling attention to. And notice where the crosshairs are here. It points directly at that top line of information. And if there was a second crosshair down below, it would actually then be pointing at the info that says how I want you to respond. So I've actually created several things here. I have weight on the left, but the subject of the photo is actually looking at the information, helping even more visually support what I want you to look at. So this is really a simple rule that you can apply to any of your design. It will help you bring focus and continuity to how you lay things out. And I hope you found this helpful. This is just one little tiny piece of a lot of things we're going to cover on Wednesday during our webinar. I look forward to seeing you there. Again, this is Ryan Holk with radideas.com. And until then, blessings.